Hey guys, Nazuba here. I'm back with another video process today. This will be my first time ever attempt of doing a voiceover, so I apologize beforehand if you think it is not up to the mark. I'm still new at it. So today I'm doing a drawing of a stone mermaid, and it is in a desert scene. Right now I am setting up my 3-point perspective, and here I am using the pen tool to create this shape of this mermaid. This is a very extreme example of a 3-point perspective, and this has been my first ever go at it, and you will see me struggle a lot. And I did actually do a lot of studies before I moved on to doing it digitally. And what I'm doing here before I move on to color is the value sketch, and I'm taking some classes at svslearn.com where the instructors talk about thumbnailing and value sketching before moving on to color, which makes everything easier. And this is what I'm trying to do here. You will notice that I am very zoomed out, and I'm sure you have heard this before. Stay zoomed out. And a lot of time it happens when you're dealing with a large scale pretty high resolution drawing, is that you tend to zoom in and work on details before you work out anything else, like the composition and the value and everything. And you will work for, I don't know, 1 hour, 2 hours, and then zoom out at 100%, and you will see that not much has moved. So you will actually be doing yourself a favor if you're zooming out, and it also helps with the image being readable from a distance. So this is my attempt of doing sort of like a thumbnail slash the main painting altogether. I mean, this is digital, I mean, why not? But before I moved on to this, I think I have mentioned it before, I did do a lot of thumbnail sketches in my notebook, and I wanted to nail down the perspective before I moved on to digital. So as you can see, I have used a lot of layer masks. If you don't know what that is, I might explain this in a later video. So I wanted to play the Bezier curve shapes of the mermaid with the straight edges of the wall slash gate, whatever you can call it. So this person is walking across the desert and then comes across this huge enormous mermaid statue, which is made out of stone. And it's just an imaginary story that came up in my head. I actually attempted this drawing before, where I failed to come up with a perspective. You can see that painting on my Instagram. That's a totally different image than what I have here right now, and you can see I am actually spending quite a lot of time on my values, and I have like a dark and a middle and a highlight. That's all I have here. So moving on to color, I am still figuring out my width, or a way that I'm really comfortable with while I'm moving from a value sketch to a color sketch. And I haven't I wouldn't say I have nailed it down yet, so I actually add colors pretty slowly. I don't lay it pretty fast. I have seen some artists do it, and I praise them. I would like to get there, but I'm not there yet. So here I am playing with the color a little bit more, adjusting the temperature and the brightness of the scene. So for a couple more minutes I will be rendering this rock mermaid. This painting, it would be pretty interesting. I mean, it would be pretty easy to imagine in your head, but when you come to draw it or actually put it on paper, you will have you will notice that it is very difficult. For me, it was very difficult. I could not, for the life of me, get whatever I was imagining onto the paper. So I did, I don't know, 5-6 thumbnails where I would do little sketches and establish my perspective grid. I will just draw the lines. I will just point where my X, Y, and Z vanishing points are, and then I tried to draw a box, as you have seen me do here as well. Draw a box according to the perspective, and then make the mermaid sit inside the box, and then move from there. I also added some stripes to the body of the mermaid. This is not just because I wanted to add some more color to the scene, but this is also inspired by some snakes that might live in the desert, maybe rattlesnakes, or I don't know, but it somehow reminded me of the snakes of the desert. And I thought it goes pretty well. That's why I added it. I would also like to talk to you about the things that I did not like about this image. So what I didn't like, or I think it could be better if I were to ever take on this image again, I would want this image to be a little bit more open, and I don't know how to do that as of yet. With this kind of extreme perspective, I still have to do a little bit more fiddling to make it look open, and might even as well come out with a different composition. The other thing that I think, it wasn't apparent to me when I was doing it. I might have hurried up a bit while doing this little guy here, and you will see that the rendering style of this person is not coherent with the stone mermaid here, so which is pretty obvious to me. And I never really like my paintings 2 minutes after I'm done with it, and I'm totally okay with it. It's just a way of progressing, I guess. So I'm almost at the end of this video now. I really hope you have enjoyed this video, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.